Episode 3 of Shadow and Bone, titled The Making at the Heart of the World, was very much an episode about Alina trying to adjust to her new life at the Little Palace. She has to put up with a lot of messed up ish like racism, a highly demanding king, and jealous females. But one thing about Zoya that I can somewhat appreciate is at least she's upfront about not liking Alina. It would have been a lot worse had she acted all sweet and fake in front of her when that's not how she really feels, you know? And that fight scene between those two, they played dirty with Zoya going in on Alina with her nasty words and Alina giving her the beatdown when Zoya's back was turned. A new character we were introduced to is Genya, who is Alina's main advisor. From the get-go, I immediately took a liking to her character. I can tell she's going to be a good ally to Alina unless I'm proven wrong somehow. I also love the way she uses her healing powers, and it's kinda brilliant how she calls herself a tailor and not a healer because she's very accurate in what she does. Alina's new friends at the palace, Marie and Nadia, seem like genuine people to me. And Nadia is gay or bi, if I'm not mistaken, which is great.
I don't know why she wastes her time pining over him when she could be with me.
We're only 3 episodes in so far, and we already have 2 LGBTQ characters. Random thing I noticed from the episode.
Oh my god! What is that?
Oh, let's talk about the king's spiritual advisor, the Apparat. He is creepy. Like, he's super knowledgeable and definitely useful to Alina, but he's way too creepy for my liking. Anyways, the book he handed over to Alina, The Lives of the Saints, which is about the bonesmith who uses animal bones to amplify the Grisha's powers, will definitely play a huge role in the coming episodes. Moving on to Baghra, who I instantly recognize is the actress from Harry Potter, is one tough cookie to please. She basically told Alina to F off and come back when she's competent enough to summon her sun powers without needing the Darkling's help. She looks fabulous here, by the way. Baghra's tough love approach with Alina then causes her to question everything about herself, and she starts to write Dear John letters to Mel. We also meet Nina, the Heartrender, who is supposed to help the Dregs and Arkan to cross over the fold, but unfortunately she got kidnapped by the Druskella. Let me tell you, when Nina fought back against those barbarians, she was giving me all kinds of life. As for the Dregs, they are so lucky to have Arkan on their side now, since he too wants a piece of Dreesen's 1 million Kruger pie. I didn't really pay much attention to him in the previous episode, but in this one, I found Arkan to be hilarious. He's like that typical mad scientist we have seen in different TV shows and movies, but he's also really likable at the same time. When he told Jesper to shut up and hug the goat, I just about lost it.
I need you to calm down. Hug the goat. Shut the hell up.
Jesper definitely shone in this episode as well. Prior to this, he was already my favorite member of the Drags, but now he might actually be my favorite character of the series. Plus, he saved everyone's butt on that train. So he's funny and competent. What a great combination. P.S. He has to keep the goat as his pet. They're just too precious together. Shifting things over to episode 4, titled Okazatsia. Did I pronounce that right? Okay, you know just now when I said Jesper needs to keep the goat as his pet, I kinda spoke too soon because he had to leave it behind at the beginning of this episode. That is so upsetting to me. He even gave him a name, Milo. Aww, I'm hoping for a reunion soon. Let's hope the barmaid doesn't do anything to Milo. So, Zoya has been kicked out of the palace for what she has done to Alina. Oh well. This of course is wonderful news to Alina, but where has Zoya gone off to? We don't know. I'm glad we got some context as to why the Darkling, Alexander, wants to destroy the fold, wishes to undo the wrongdoing of his shadow summoner ancestor. I thought Alina and Alexander were going to kiss here, but thank goodness they didn't because I'm not exactly a Darklina shipper just yet. It's interesting to know how Alina got her scar on her left palm, but it's weird how in this moment, nobody noticed that she was holding a knife in her hand and is bleeding profusely. And her soulmate Mel just have to get his own scars on the same spot to match. Talk about true love. What do I know? Did they really have the drags go on this heist mission to get the blueprints of the little palace, just to not get anything out of it in the end? Like dang, you just wasted our time. Also, I wonder why the episode is named after Kazatsia, who is specifically Fidior, in this case when he was barely in the episode. Okay, who else felt the chemistry between Nina and the Druskella warrior Matthias? Every scene of them is really intense and sexually charged in a way. Alina is now thinking that her love for Mel is holding her back from realizing her full potential as the Sun Summoner. And it doesn't help that she thinks that Mel hasn't been sending any letters to her, but it's kinda obvious that someone has been intercepting their letters so that Alina wouldn't be in contact with anyone outside the little palace. But it's gotten to the point where she really wants to forget about him, as she's willing to remove the scar she inflicted on herself, since that scar is a constant reminder of Mel. But it all worked out because she's now able to summon a strong enough sun energy sphere all by herself, which impresses Baghra, who is not her mother as she says. We shall see.
I'm not your mother.
Leave it to Arkin to be the one to come up with the best plans. The drags would be so lost without him. And lastly, RIP Mikhail and Dubrov. Y'all should have stayed back in the camp and not go on this mission with Mel. It's quite upsetting because they basically died for Mel, who only went on this stag mission just so he can reunite with Alina. It's not really a worthy reason to die, isn't it? But you know what? It's not like they were forced to accompany him. But the worst part of it all, I can totally see Mel quickly getting over his friends' deaths once he gets to see Alina again. Shaking my head. Also, shouldn't he have died from being shot multiple times by a freaking machine gun? Like, make things make sense. So these are my general thoughts on episode 3 and 4 of Shadow and Bone. Stay tuned for my next video, which will actually be a reaction video to episode 5, which from what I've heard is one of the best episodes of the season, so I will definitely film my reaction to that. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like and share this video if you can. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to check out more content from me. I want you all to have an amazing day ahead, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!